What's up everyone, Speedy here. In this 1v1 video, we're going to be doing 2 live games as well as 1 replay review. So let's get right into it. Here we are in game number 1. And so my goal is to improve my execution of fakes. Fakes and flicks as well. So I need to think about how I'm committing to plays. Nice. Opponent does fully commit to the corner there, and at that point you just kind of have to go. You either play really fast or play it slow there. I mean, thank you. I'll take it. Nice. We'll take it. Weird start to the game, but okay though. I turned in too early there. Dude, this is not what I fucking wanted, man. That wasn't what I wanted. I was trying to double jump with no fucking movement there. Where's wave dash kickoffing? Save my boost. And then rip it. There we go. Better. Definitely better. Not a lot of opportunities to really go for the flicks like I want. I kind of want to keep practicing those, but just not really a lot of opportunities to. But usually it's like about 2 or 3 per game on average. I like that drive challenge. It was fake turn. Bad chow. Really, really bad chow. Really not good at that correct timing for a challenge. Yeah, should have expected that. My sense of direction was totally backwards there. Grab that corner boost. This one speedy. Man, if I got some actual power out of that instead of going like that, I would have actually gotten something, but fair. A fake for that. Interesting. Oh, it's gonna tilt me. It's not flip. Now we have free ball. Back flip. Flick. Let's take time. For the 50. It's going to be fun for a bit there. Let's take time. I have free ball. Pretty sloppy, honestly. Now that is how you win a game. Let's go, dude. What a flick. Took a second to breathe and just center. And get the bump too. Let's go. Here we are in game number 2. Honestly tripped me up because of how fucking weird he played that. Like, the way they played that was the most, like, weird fucking way, but okay. Works because I'm following into it. Yeah. Just take it back, honestly. Better. Yep. It's honestly the difficulty with recording is honestly it's just so hard to get like a good game going against as many people that are either underranked or just I don't play well. So let's challenge that. Yeah. Ah, man. Let's avoid flipping. I'm not giving you that space. Nice trying to bop there, dude. Nice, good touch. Wait for him to commit. Miss my open nets. Take time. Big. Wait till he fucks it up. And just play patient. Well done. Take time and get the freebie. So by playing high and forcing it, you see how by like forcing him low, he can't jump at all because he's going to get bumped. That's the idea there, is you're trying to force them to where he can't jump, and by just wasting that time, the ball just travels closer and closer to the net to where it becomes less and less possible for him to save. That's the idea there. Oh my gosh, dude. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. Nice. GG. Okay, so here we are in the replay portion of the video. Not an ideal start this game. Definitely could have put this definitely better, but once I kind of found a groove, definitely played a lot better. Not a great kickoff, and also not a great 50-50. Here, this 50 is really risky because what's going to happen is if I chow this, he's already flipping directionally into it. So what's going to happen, he's going to get power. So my power with his power is going to boom it left. And where does it go? It goes directly in front of my net, which means I use most of my boost. This is a poor challenge once again. Really, again, one of the big mistakes in this entire thing is just patience. I'm just not being patient here. If I just wait for the opponent to flip, if the opponent, like most opponents in this rank, are just going to be super flippy and just flip all the time, I don't have to do the same thing as them. Just going to make it really easy here. If I just took time, I'd have been fine. Unfortunately, I thought he was going to turn here. I wasn't really looking. I was looking at his name, but I wasn't looking at his actual car to see that he was still facing away, so I could have just taken more time. And I get scored on immediately for it. So just really stupid. That moment I just let my controller go. I was like, okay, well, need to mentally calm myself down and just get it right, you know. I need to see his kickoff, dude. This dude had the weirdest kick. Wow, so we're still seeing that kind of kickoff. That is wild. That's why he was essentially delaying me over and over again, is he was literally doing that. He was just boosting. That's wild. Yeah, it's a good job of recognizing that ball was lost. Really fortunate that didn't go in, because that would have definitely tilted me. But I was going for the bumpy bump strat. Got a bump on him. That bump doesn't do much, but it does put me in a better position, because the opponent, like almost every fucking opponent in this rank, all they know how to do is go, 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 and not think. So it's one of the difficulties in this rank that I've been struggling with, but also at the same time finding myself having plenty of winnable interactions with. Better not to go here until you're sure. Like, see that you see how I waited until I could see that he was going to potentially commit, then I make my decision. Still not a great play though, because it's risky. Could have done better here. I like this idea. Opponent is just going to be aggro. That's fine. You see how I'm like using the camera to watch for my opponent? That's what you want to do, because your opponent is going to leave the net wide open and playing a bad rotational playstyle. They're focused on trying to bump. They're focused on trying to put pressure without thinking about how to rotate through pressure, and that's why. This is a really, really good delay. Once I saw he was just going for weird delays, that's when I started countering him. So to see from his perspective, so he's doing diagonal flips, and yeah, he just gets like, he gets delayed with the delay. And once I do that, I start finding myself getting control of the game better, and pacing the game more. Because once I saw this is how he's going to play, like most opponents, I was like, okay, I can work with that. Here, just using my camera to, unfortunately, just rushed my shot, and then he gets a good bump on me. At that point, I'm pretty much fucked. I could have actually here, this position was bad. If I just played here and played pads and just shadowed essentially and stayed at a slight distance here, I'd have been okay. Because I played too tight here at this point. I don't have an angle that I can cover and shadow for the shot. So if he goes for the same shot and I'm like right here, this angle, easy. You know, just pop it off here, grab this boost, and now I have an angle here that I can work with. Because I played too narrow here, like this, there was nothing there. No boost there, no angle there, there's nothing for me to do, and I just gave the ball plenty of space that I shouldn't have. This is a big mistake there. I like the delays. Delays are working against this guy quite a bit, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to incorporate those delays more. I'm just going to early child that. In this situation, if your opponent wants to ego child like everything, let them, just plays for the 50. Just be aware of the 50 and kind of think about where those 50s are going to work in your favor. And you'll find yourself in more positive sides of the interaction here. Kind of just seeing where he's at. Here, go for the fake there with the boost. Just kind of give myself a good spot to work with. Here, touch it forward so I have a better angle. Play low because he's going to try to go for the bump. And this is a huge play right here, is I fake for the boost here and immediately just rip a shot. This is definitely one of the best situations of my shooting and situational awareness. Because if you look from the opponent's side, they're just playing fast. They're going like, oh, he's going to go for the boost. But look at this angle. He just completely leaves it exposed, trying to get greedy for a boost. And then this angle, just boom, easy shot. And it's just free. This happens a lot in our games. Our games, meaning like all of us. You're always going to have people that get greedy for boost. Happens. It's what you do. This is important that I faked that. If I committed there, it would have been dangerous. This should have got me scored on, though. I did a bad job of overcommitting to the position. I got to save because the opponent fucks up the shot. Again, this position's bad for a number of reasons. The fake is fine, but flipping through and across the opponent instead of drive challenging, or even just like being a little bit more patient with the position here. Like, I get a fake. Grab this, but then once I cut across, I'm cutting across too wide. If I want to flip, I need to flip when I'm much closer to it, because then I can actually contact the ball. Then the actual play I would have had a play to work with, because I could bring it like the ball across, potentially get that mid boost on the mid right, and be in a good spot. It's an okay recovery. This recovery wasn't, just because I ended up whipping the post, so not really much I could do. You see how by like rushing that and then just cutting across, I could just change the pacing of the play. Here, I like that challenge. Just watching for how they're going to play this. I have to learn to recognize the percentages of these plays. Sometimes, like here, opponent wants to go for this. Let's play patient here. Save my boost. And here it was important. I just like at 14 boost, like grab pads and just wait. Here, fake for that boost. Try to force him awkward, but not make the same mistake I made again, but I was too wide this time. So I did a good job of trying to correct the mistake in a previous play with the same breakaway, but the problem is I over-adjusted and was too wide with the boost. So those are things you learn. You see how I just like playing fast and just kind of spazzy opponent. Okay, so this is a bad position for me. I should have honestly just early flicked or just dropped the ball, because I have to pay attention to when the opponent turns around. It's about the turning around that I need to be watching. So as the opponent's coming off the wall, if they go like this and start facing me, I need to already have dropped the ball and just be ready for 50. Just a single jump 50, and that whole play would have been totally different. Don't need to waste boost. Here, I like that I played it that way. Just force the opponent essentially into a bad spot. This is dangerous. Really, I do mind this for a lot of reasons. The reason I mind this is because it not only gives possession away, it also makes things awkward. If the opponent did a better job of shooting that, it definitely would have gone in the net. A better opponent would have easily taken advantage of that play more. That's a poor challenge. I need to recognize that I'm beat. Like here, just playing for the 50 on the left. So I'm playing direct to ball, but if I play a little bit more to the left, I'll actually get a 50 there. That works. Opponent actually gets just a really lucky, like a really lucky bounce that works for him, and he just lands into it, which is fine. Again, all good. I knew the opponent was going to be aggro there. It's very common that people will be aggro. So what you want to do is here, just take time, and then get a bump there just to try to make them awkward. Get another goal right away, which is what we need. So next play on the kickoff, I decided to go for a fake. So a corner fake. This is a really good control touch. Just take time. And here, just get a breakaway and another free goal, and that ends the game. So the lesson in this game, even though it doesn't technically match with my goal for this video, but just ended up being the lesson essentially from this game, is that it is important to try to recognize positionality. So in these situations where these pad lanes, recognize these pad lanes are a good reference point, not just for boost, guys. It's really important to recognize they're a good reference point for when you're shadowing opponents that are on the wall side, especially if they're trying to like kind of cut with the ball and they want to cut infield. By shadowing along this lane and grabbing boost, they're going to start to cut on this side here. They're going to naturally want to, like, you see how the field curves inward? They're going to naturally want to come this way because the threatening play is in this direction towards your goal side at your box. So if you can try to shadow that, they either have to flick it, or if they try to power shot, you can then shadow save it and make a pretty easy save. So again, these are just things you want to think about. Just positioning does help. Early mistakes, obviously, just be aware of those. Be aware of committing too much into specific positions, and you'll actually find yourself getting a lot of good breakaways. If you'd like me to review your replays, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Speed D Man out.